MPTV, Matt Piper. We are joined again. I am joined again with the one and only Mr. Miller. Lots of you, James Miller. Lots of you coming through last week after the video. Like I knew you would, guys. I got a lot on Twitter as well saying that they enjoyed the video, enjoyed what James had to say. So this week I've asked him in. He's come again. We've just both finished coaching. He's coming again. Is that your phone, mate?
Yeah.
that's a £5 fine, mate.
Yeah.
But first question, we'll just both take it how it comes.
Yeah.
However they come. So,
Truthfully, I think a strong mentality comes from within. I don't think you can teach a strong mentality. You can guide, and you can talk about having high standards, and I think I mentioned it last week. Expectations, honest expectations of yourself, and your goals that you want. A lot of people have this shoot for the stars mentality. But it's about being honest with yourself.
Shoot for the stars and see where you land.
Yeah. But I believe to get the best out of yourself, have an honest and a true expectation of the level that you can get to, and then aim for that.
Yeah.
Aim for that first. Yeah. And I think a strong mentality comes from within. I don't think it's something that can be coached. It can be guided, and you can show examples of it, but I believe that it comes from within.
I felt I had to have a strong mentality I got injured, and at times I didn't have a strong mentality because it gets the better of you.
Yeah.
Keeps you down, you think you're never going to get back fit.
Yeah.
But it's important to, I think, set goals.
Yeah.
Set goals and knock them goals off. So anything we do in life, if you've got end target, but you don't know how you're going to get there, you've not planned the short steps.
Yeah, that's
I always talk about the short steps, because then it seems smaller and more capable to do.
It's reachable, that's what I mean. So it's realistic. I can get to that goal. Once you smash that out of the park,
then what's the next one?
Yeah.
Then the next one. Then before you know it, you're 6 months down the line, and you're in the reserve team like we were, or when before it was just like, I've got to get fit and I've got to play this weekend.
Yeah.
So I think. So you can't teach strong mentality. Some kids we coach now have just got a strong mentality.
You can guide it.
Yeah, you can guide it.
And you can show people
and enhance it.
You can show people this is what you will need. This is what you need to take out of it, and this is what So you can guide people that way, but it's got to come from them. It's got to come from within. Yeah, essentially.
And help in that area as well. We've got to move on, but help in that area as well. Is probably good looking up to someone.
Yeah.
So you see how someone deals with getting shouted at by the manager, not getting in the team, injured. You see how that person deals with it. Some good examples to look up to.
Yeah. And
probably follow their lead.
It's time management, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's time management. So you don't know if this guy works or if he's at school or college or what have you. It's just about managing your time, really, isn't it? There's no other way to answer.
The thing what I would say, because I don't look at this as a footballer, like he's probably looking at it. I look at it as a PT.
Yeah.
So my clients say to me, "There's not enough time in the day to train," but if you want it bad enough, if you want to get fit, if you want to be a footballer, you will find the time. You get up an hour earlier, you go out, you do a training session.
Yeah.
You get up, you go out in the back garden, you do your juggling, you take on your cones, you practice on your footwork. So there's always time in the day to be found, even if you're a super busy person. So it comes down.
I think it's just time management. How can you juggle your own schedule to make sure you've got the training sessions organised? Like sometimes, I do the coaching with you. And then I go and do my sessions away from you with the college, and then I'll get home and then it's spending time with the kids, and then next thing you know, you're looking at the time, and I've got to go and plan a session for the next day. Yeah. And your sessions have to be planned. You have to plan the sessions. You can't just rock up to a session and I'm going to do this.
Well, that's a good point.
You have to plan your session. So
even if you train on your own,
you have to. Have to get success. I believe your session's got to be planned.
So your advice for that question is time management.
Time management.
Fit the session in somewhere, but make sure it's a planned session. So you know when you get there, if you've got 40 minutes, you get there, you know what you're doing, bam, you can start. Instead of, I've done it before, coming here to train on your own, you don't know what you're doing, but you just think, right, I'll get in the gym for half an hour, and then you just walk around like cleaning dust off there. If you're not injured, no such thing as overtraining.
I don't think so. It's tailoring your training, I'd say.
Yeah.
So
if you go really hard one day, you can ease back the next day, but you're still doing something towards it.
Exactly that. Yeah. I don't think there's such a thing as overtraining. Look at Spurs, for example. They do double sessions. Yeah. They do double sessions. They train morning, lunch, session afternoon. Yeah.
I didn't
know. Pochettino gets them doing double sessions. So. For me, there's no, and then obviously they've been playing in Europa. They play Saturday, sometimes play on Tuesday. They play plenty of games, but they still do double sessions. So for me, I don't think no such thing. It's about tailoring your session, and like you say, if you've done a hard session one day, do a lighter session the next day. Maybe.
Yeah. And make sure your recovery is good, guys.
Recovery's good,
Cool down is so important. Like, to be fair, we're guilty of it as well. When we were younger, right? The game finishes, the physio comes out, everyone get your cool down.
Oh God.
Not cool down. What? We don't need to cool down, but you do, it's important. Alright, if you want to train as often as we're saying that you should. To be fair, JSM lads, we need to know your age as well, really. Yeah. If you're a youngster, if you're 13, 14, obviously overtraining might come into it.
Yeah. You know, with like Osgood Slatters and stuff like that, about if that age, then you're at high risk. But also as well is the foods you put in your body afterwards. Vitally important. You get the right foods into your body afterwards.
Massively.
And fluids, of course.
Like, logically, where would you work first? So you get to a team, they don't know you, you don't know them. What would you work on first?
As a team?
As a team.
Well, normally I start on the back four straight away.
Yeah, so you shore up the back first.
Make the back nice and tight, work on their distances, work on the defensive principles first. Yeah. Individually and as a unit. So then I start with them and then move on to midfield and then forwards. And that's when, once they've all had a couple sessions in each area, then I start incorporating it more as like shape, phase of play. Yeah.
And do you ever tailor sessions to try and improve individuals? Or is it all team based? Or do you just pull lads out now and again and give them little pointers every day?
I tend to do that, to be honest. If we're doing sort of phase of play and team stuff, I'll pull people aside, and help them, like with, for example, body shape when the ball's over that side and being able to see the whole picture and things like that. I do that I pull them out aside individually. When I do technical stuff, that's when I'm aiming to
improve them as footballers.
Improve them each year as footballers.
Yeah.
But it's a mixture of both. It's getting your technical right, and then as a team, balancing it out really. Yeah. Making sure you're getting those technical sessions in, but at the same time making sure your team and all the ethic and everything that you want to put in place, your philosophy, that you get that in as well. So it's balancing. It's a balancing act as a coach.
Comes down to mentality.
Mentality again, yeah.
Like, I don't know if I had a strong mentality when I was young, but how I always seen it, and I tell these guys a lot, is one of my biggest critics, and he did it because he wanted me to do well, obviously, but my old man used to say, I've told you before, you'll never make it because you've not got a strong enough mentality. And I don't know if he was trying to double bluff me by telling me things like that to make me say, right, I'll show you, because that's what happened in the end. But that's how I've always been. If someone puts me down, a coach, another player, my mentality wants me to drive on past what they've said to prove them wrong.
When my contract didn't get renewed at Leicester, I was looking for everyone to blame.
Yeah.
Everyone to blame. I was blaming the reserve team manager at the time, blaming the youth team manager, blaming everybody. Everybody but myself.
Yeah.
So really, if I'd had a stronger mentality then, that's when I could have used that. Right, I've been rejected. Now what can I do? I can write off to clubs. I can do this. It used to be writing off to clubs. Remember?
Yeah.
Write off to clubs. Do this. Work harder. Get myself fit up. You know.
So at the
I was
time,
looking to blame everybody, but rather than looking within.
something that would have been self-awareness is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
In football, and any time a mentality question comes up, or motivation, or setbacks, or you're rejected by someone, self-awareness can be huge.
Yeah.
Because if, like James has just said, if you're blaming everyone else, all right, you're wasting valuable time
and energy
to be working on the things that could improve you as a footballer. That's gonna, where's my next trial? Right, all right. Ask them coaches who've rejected you. Why have I been rejected? What is it I need to work on?
Yeah.
It sounds busy.
It does, yeah.
It sounds busy. Oh, look at him, busy. Asking the coach why he's been rejected.
Yeah.
Ask the coach, get that feedback, and then you can work on them areas, and hopefully you're going into the next trial or the next team that you play for a better improved footballer. But improving leg strength in soccer,
be lots of hurdle work and
lots of hurdle work. That's going to keep the speed, but you're also going to a lot of jumps, a lot of static jumps onto boxes, down. You want dynamic work,
squats,
lunges, hip raises, bent leg raises. You want to do powerful, fast movements, because you can improve the strength quickly by doing lots of squats, lots of deadlifts, lots of weighted exercises. But then this is going to bring down your speed a little bit.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is dynamic movement. So lots of jumping squats, lots of TRX jumping squats. You know what the TRX is? Suspension cables. We use these a lot in this gym. That's going to keep you dynamic as well as improving leg strength. So, why is he in a t-shirt while you're wearing a huge jacket? I've actually answered this. Great question. Crutty puss. Come on, mate. If you're going to answer a question, if you're going to ask a question, come on, make it sensible. He was obviously warm that day and I was cold. Simple. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed it. I love them question and answers. That's what I first started the channel for, to answer your questions and try and improve you as footballers. I know sometimes the question and answer videos are not as exciting as the how-to F2 or the knuckleball or some of the other videos that I make, but I do really want to keep them as part of this channel. I think it's important. And I want loads more of you guys to ask more questions. You know, think about the questions and something that if I can give you an answer on, or James if he comes in, where we could really help you. That's where questions from you guys is where we can really dig deep and give you some valuable answers that hopefully will be able to improve your game. And that's what this channel is about. I want this channel to be a community of young footballers and old coaches and James and different things, to try and give you a different flavour to something that's not on YouTube at the minute. There's a few guys doing it, some really good ones. Progressive Soccer. If you've not checked out his channel, go and have a look. He puts out some good content, and he's in the game to do what I'm doing as well, to help you guys improve and move on to the next level. So these question and answer videos are going to be coming thick and fast, probably one a week. But to have them shows, I need your questions. And these are all the places you can find me on. So send your questions to some of these places, some of these social medias, and my email address, and I'll be able to get back to you and hopefully add some value and and give you some pointers on how you can improve in the certain area that you're looking for. And yes, Snapchat was on there. I am an old man, but quite a few people have been coming through to me now saying, what's my Snapchat, this? So I decided to get one. Still don't know how to use it, but add me, guys, and there will be content, short content, coming on there soon. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I have another Q&A with James later in the week on Friday, so make sure you check that out. It's a good one. It's the principles of striker movement. So we dig a little bit deeper in how James sets his team up and his principles of play for a striker, what he expects and what he demands from his striker. It's going to be a real interesting video on Friday, so make sure you tune in for that. And thanks for watching, guys, as always. And hopefully, that was it. Hopefully on Friday, at the end of that video, I'll be doing another giveaway. So watch out for that one. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all again soon.